Hello guys, and this is Project 2, and we're gonna be we're gonna be talking about shit, aren't we? Sorry if I didn't move the stupid mic. The dumb mic. But it's a mic. Hello mic. What to really talk about right here? This is gonna be like a thing about like basically talking about why I hate gaming long ago. I won't say about today, I'll say long ago. Mainly because there were a lot of things I had problems with a lot of what gaming became instead of what it was. So yeah. Only problem I have with gaming today is that I don't know. It's weird to see the games today and then see that what we had before was a thing, and then have everything compared to what was in the past. The games are today. I don't believe they should be compared, mainly because there's so much more like to do with games today and stuff like that, and more potential we have. But it's very weird to see that most of it's just wasted on just people wanting to make money. And well, of course, I said before that money is the way the world works, and most people are gonna want to make money in order to live. So if you can make money on a game, great for you. You've just made yourself a way to go out of anything. But the thing is about some people actually take their game seriously, and I've seen that before. I can't really think of any examples right now, but you can't blame me because this is like completely out of my head right now. This is basically just to see if you guys like this video or not. So if you want to like a video, you don't have to. You don't have to. I'm just making this shit up as I go. So yeah, to really say anything about how games are today compared to what they were is weird. Why? Mainly because so many good games were a thing and so many bad games were a thing. Does that mean all games are bad? No. Does that mean you shouldn't buy some games? No. But what I want is for people to understand that there's more to a game than just, oh, how can I kill somebody, or oh, what can I technically do, or anything like that. Like, to me, a game has to have not just good gameplay, but a good story, a nice input to like characters and stuff like that. Like, a good way to tell a game, to do a game, is to actually make you feel like you're living through a story or living through some type of experience, not just like, here's the fucking thing, give us your money. Basically is what I want basically to say. It's really weird and really hard to explain sometimes, because games nowadays, most of them are really just from big developers, mostly just for money. And why can I say that? Because it's been shown by a lot that how many sequels have we got of one game, and it's just like the same thing over and over again, right? It's really hard to find in like a nice game that's actually innovating some new stuff to the things we see. But man, like I don't really know what it is. Like, I really don't like know what's the difference between gaming today and gaming what it was. It's really weird, and I can't really explain why it's the way it is. It just is. So what can I say? What can I do? Pretty much nothing here. So will I go on to explain how games are shit? No. But I think I'm just gonna explain that we should give games more of a chance, more than we do before, and really just understand that some games are not the best, but it just takes more of an open mind to look at them. What I mean is that these games I see nowadays are too similar to the other ones of the past, and they just need to just think more outside of what they are. And what I mean by giving a chance is, I mean give a chance not to be scared of thinking outside the box. That's what I see a lot in some game developers, like they're scared to think outside the box. And while sometimes it's successful, it's problems like people taking the game too seriously, and like too many fans can ruin an experience. What I want is for people to calm the fuck down and understand it's a game first, and then an experience like then after. What I want people to understand is that gaming works at a level of like, hey, I can make you think and make you do this stuff just because you bought my game. Make you understand my opinions on something or something else, you know? Or maybe just make you think in a higher plane, or understand the possibilities or feelings of other people just by playing a game. And yes, there are games that do that. I understand. Maybe some of you know some. Maybe comment down below which one you know. But the thing is, what I want is that I want like more games that give more intuitive thoughts, but I want more people to understand those thoughts. I've seen too many times where games had a deeper meaning, and most of the people have just shrugged it off and just treat it as the game. And that's the thing. That's a problem we're facing. While I'm saying a game needs to be more often or not, it's always going to be fans of the game that need to understand more. So, what can we do? As a community of gamers? Well, for one thing, we can stop trying to buy so much DLC and stop giving into pre-orders for games, because that's one way fucking game developers know they're making money, because you're buying them off, fucking pay to win stuff and stuff like that. Just don't fucking do that is one thing, because that just shows some game developers that you don't give a fuck about what a game is that you just want to fucking play to play, and that's it. So they're just gonna make the same game. Guess what? They're not gonna put anything else new. They're not gonna put any intuitive stories. They're not gonna put any experience for you. They're just gonna fucking make money off your wallet. And that's all they're gonna fucking do. Trust me, I've seen it too many times, and it's just horrible. Like, really, it's just like, why? And like, then again, when you look at it, it's really our fault, because we gave into it. We bought things for it. While I say some DLCs can be good if they add more onto a story or more to the experience, it really depends on whether or not they wanted it there to be the first place, or whether or not they couldn't have put it at the time. It just really changes in how much reason there is behind DLC. And like, the thing is that, would there really need to be? Because before, did you ever think about DLC? Like before, like really, when you were playing like a PlayStation 1 game or like a PlayStation game or anything like that, before expansions came along and stuff like that, like maybe you were just playing a random one, like, you know, just a complete game that didn't have anything extra to it that you need to buy later on. Just a complete game, that was it. And it was just the game you played. You played it and you enjoyed it. Did you need more expansion to it? Did you need more game to it? Maybe. But you waited for like maybe a sequel to happen, maybe a next full game. Not some short experience that makes you just pay more out of your wallet. What I want really is just for people to understand that the difference between like actual culture of games, like between experiences and just giving up and just making money, are two different things. Because there's too many times where I've seen that people just go like, everyone just wanna make money. Don't try to say you not wanna make money, because you're lying. You're making money. Alright, sure, that's fine, but can you define how they're making money exactly? And I understand there are gonna be some haters there who like just fucking hate the fact that people are doing this, and I understand. I do too, but the thing is, you gotta understand is not many of them have a choice in this. And I understand that as well. Not many developers have a choice due to like the companies they're making the game from. The companies actually pay them and help them make the game in the first place. I understand that. The problem is that most of the time it's gonna lead to shit. So what I want is for us not to make a statement to developers, but to make a statement to the companies by not buying their shit. If you don't buy their shit, guess what? The companies are gonna stop making the game. That's bad, but that means they're gonna start going like, oh shit, why aren't they buying it? Is it the game? Is it because there isn't too much DLC? Look at this. If you don't buy DLC, guess what? They're not gonna fucking do DLC anymore. I've seen it before. Alright? But the problem is with so many of people buying fucking DLC, they're gonna keep fucking doing DLC. I understand you guys love your games. I understand you want to keep them alive. Then just keep playing them, alright? You're like, no, I need something new. I need something good. Then wait. Patience is a virtue and that we can all have, that we can wait for a better experience instead of one that's just cheaply paid for like $19.95 or something like that. I'm not saying that's how much they cost. Most of them actually cost like freaking around $19.95, like 20 bucks sometimes. Sometimes they'll cost 10 or something like that, but whatever. Most of the time I've seen them for like fucking 20 bucks. So, there you go. 20 bucks. Alright. So, there's that. This discussion has way more into it and stuff like that. I know that this is going to be like a long video about this, but this is just me sharing my opinion on this like whole entire fact that I feel like the gaming community has fallen on really bad times and just like really have just became this like cesspool of toxic users now, and just fucking people just supporting fans like fan things, just like grouping together and just becoming fandoms everywhere where everyone's a fan of something, and if you do one game, guess what, you're a fan and you should feel bad and be bad. Whatever, man, like really, fandoms are weird, like really, that's all I can say. Fandoms are weird, and really anyone can be a fan of anything, but doesn't make that defining personality. No, it doesn't. Alright, that's another discussion we're gonna have later, but I'm just talking about how gaming is affected by this in a way that we should be really controlful of. That gaming nowadays has become less of an experience and more of who can make the most cash cow. Alright? And if you don't believe me, just look up all the fucking drama that fucking started long ago about some fucking pay skins, man, for CSGO. And skin has become such a fucking crazy thing. I don't even know why. you guys, like, I've seen so many people say, oh, look at all these skins and stuff like that. But then I also see, like, hey, there's skins on this other game, why don't you buy these skins? And they go like, oh no, but those skins are bad, then why would you buy them here? Like, oh, but they're better. I'm like, in what way? I can paint my gun purple. What, wow. Oh no, but it has a sick dragon skin on it or something, you know? Either that or it makes it better value or defines your gun, but it's a fucking gun. Is my opinion. It's a fucking gun. All fucking guns are the same thing. All they do is do the same thing. Whether or not they do it in a particular way is what differs them. Alright? Like a sniper, you can do long range. Heavy machine gun takes tons of bullets and stuff like that. But the thing you can define is they're all guns. They do the same thing. They all do the fucking thing. Alright? Alright, we're getting more futuristic nowadays, so like people are gonna be like, oh no, but what about the lasers? Ooh. Like, fucking hell, man. Seriously. Alright. Like, really, it's a really weird thing to talk about, but it's like, as we go later on, as the gaming world just goes on here, all I can really say is that we really need to be focused on what this community is gonna become, because if we don't, then people are just gonna decide for us, and that's not a thing, dude. That's a thing I don't like, because a lot of things are led to that. I'm not saying I'm a big thing on the gaming community, I'm not, but I want to get to some gamers and make them understand that, hey, if you're a gamer, guess what? You're gonna get fucking judged super hard. Why? Not because you game, but because of what game you game on. Seriously. Play one game one time, guess what? You're judged. Play another game another time, guess what? You're judged. Play one game the other time, guess what? You're judged. It's a thing I've seen too many times, and it's like it's a big old thing, which is why I'm saying the gaming community and gaming like things have to be changed. If we don't change them now, it's just gonna become a bigger problem later on, and that's not good, man. There are a lot of more problems I could talk about, but this is just one I'm thinking about talking about. I'm gonna talk about a lot more problems on like more videos like this, but of the world basically. But right now, ease is just one thing I'll talk about for just because I'm just playing a game right now, and mainly a gamer type I am. So just talk about problems. Here we go. Trauma, great. Why not? If anything, what I want is just for people to realize that, hey, they're not that bad, and maybe, because we've all played a game at one time, whether or not we actually took it seriously is different. And we took it as an experience, just as people can take sporting events, movies, books, or anything. They can all call them an experience. You can go throughout life having your different experiences. It doesn't matter what you do, but what matters whether or not you enjoyed it, and whether or not you loved it or not. You know what? And that makes a person. Because guess what? We're all built up different experiences and ways we live. We're all happy, we all get sad, and we all live throughout life in our own different way. So there's that. Right? What I want though is that if we're all gonna be together on this, like seriously, we all gotta at least agree on one thing, you know? And the one thing I would least to think that some gamers agree on is the fact that whenever people want to shut it down, and whenever it's gonna end, all things have an end. Don't say this isn't gonna have an end. You've seen consoles die, you heard about the crash. Come on, guys. You know it's coming. Just don't be the one waiting for it. Be someone who's gonna change it and maybe make it not as worse as it could be. Alright? At this point, we're all just waiting for it. So, don't be the one waiting for it. Actually do something about it. I'm just fucking talking about it, but I at least want to share what maybe we could do about it, and that's a lot of things. And I'm not the first person to say this. I've seen a ton of people talk about this too, and they've had these ideas as well. But you know what? What I think, in my way, is that maybe we should not only just not buy them, but start giving our opinion out to developers themselves. And I don't mean by telling the developers, hey, that was shit or something, but by telling them that you can really work this out and really make a storyboard out of it. I understand you don't have much of a choice, but maybe looking at more opportunities out where somewhere else, or maybe thinking about your contract, is something you should think about. Yeah, I know there's a bigger thing to that, I understand, more than just the things I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm a professional at this, but what I think is that maybe developers who are really passionate about the things they do and actually love the things they do, who are ever given producers that actually support them fully, are like really living that dream. But developers who suffer because of the producers that support them, they're just... Am I saying producers? I'm saying producers too much, aren't I? Oh my god, there's so many ways I could say it differently, but I'm just going to say it the way I think I say it because I fucking can't think right now. So I'm playing Meat Boy. Because I'm playing Meat Boy, isn't it? I'm recording this while I'm playing because, I don't know, it helps me think when I play. And really, what I think should happen is that gamers should change the way they see other gamers. Too many times, again, like I said, where gamers have just lived by fandoms, lived by them their own ways. I understand that's fine, but when you start attacking people just because they choose a fandom, or just because I have a different opinion than you, that becomes a little, you know, exaggerated. And then we all forget about the bigger problem of how people just want to make a bad light about this. And not a bad light about one particular game, but of all gamers. Right? So, like, what I'm saying is not that this world can't understand people like gamers, but what I'm saying is that if you guys want to make a better light of yourself, you can easily do it by just having your friends or just believing in yourself and not giving a shit. But if you really care about the rest of the people that want to play games or anything like that, or the way you want to share your experience with this world, and if that has a way to do particularly with games, then this affects you greatly, because you'll be looked on a bad light mainly because how gamers react. And the way this makes it out is gonna be bad. Trust me, it's not gonna look good on you. Some of you may say, well, I don't give a fuck. And that's fine. That's fine if you don't give a fuck. But many people do. And many people fucking do. And like, the thing is that if they're more as a group than us, then guess what? I know it's mainly, like, if you think it's mainly a numbers game when it comes to protesters and stuff like that, and many times or not, something does happen. So, If you don't want that to be a thing that happens with gaming, then really, we have to think about this. I'm just saying this because seriously, I've seen it too many times where gamers just went like, well, I don't have to give a fuck, and you shouldn't be able to tell me to give a fuck. And I don't know why I'm talking like a southernist. I'm sorry if anyone's actually southern. I'm just making random shit right now, right? I'm not trying to offend anyone. Sorry. Don't be triggered, okay? Anyway, this is a long video, and you know, I feel like I need to end it because it's gonna get any longer. But this is basically my opinion on gaming. What I truly believe is that gaming needs to be changed, and we all need to like just understand that we can all do differently than what we do right now, and we can all actually make an impact if we wanted to. But that's if we all work together. Alright, that's just one idea I have for just gaming intentional. But I'm going to talk about other topics, of course, like life, things about life and stuff like that, and you guys can judge me on that later, whatever. Anyway, I'm Mr. Apology 2. Thank you guys for listening in or watching this luxurious gameplay of fucking, I don't even know. It's Meat Boy. I don't know why I fucking play Meat Boy. I just decided to play Meat Boy. Anyway, I'm Mr. Apology 2, and I'm signing off.